Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for being here on this lovely Monday. So we're just going to kind of dive in. I know financial aid is a lot, so please don't feel like you have to take notes. We will re-review everything at the end, and then, of course, our building is right across the way, so if you have questions, please feel free to visit. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and kind of kick it off here with a little icebreaker. So just kind of tell me about yourself. There is no wrong answers here. So kind of raise your hand if it's true, and then we'll do a second round for if it's false. So please raise your hand if you are a first-generation student. First generations, awesome. Raise your hand if you're not. That's okay too. Kind of take a look around and take a little view of the students you'll be helping out one day and getting to meet along the way. And then our second question, how many of you have filled out a FAFSA or a WASFA? Is that true? Awesome, thank you so much. You make the job way easier. And then those of you who have not filled out your WASFA or FAFSA yet, can I get a show of hands? Oh, awesome, not too many. That's wonderful to see. And then as kind of a third question, please raise your hand if you don't like sitting in a big auditorium for a really long time. Yeah, definitely a common answer. And then those of you who maybe do like to sit in auditorium, that's okay, whichever way you go. We do have Dave on this side and Cecilia on our right side, giving out a couple fidget spinners, so if you feel like you need one along the way, please feel free to flag them down. Alrighty, so the details about our office. As you can see here, we do have a group photo of us. So these will be some of the common faces that you see in our financial aid office. Our team consists of Cecilia, myself, Nadia, Paige, Tiffany, as well as Dave. Majority of our team are EWU alumni, so go Eeks. Woo! Nice job, everybody. You're definitely getting a hang of it. As well as Dave, who is a University of California, Santa Cruz alumni. Woo-woo! And then as well, as I mentioned, I myself am a first-generation student, as well as Cecilia and Tiffany. Alrighty, so going through some of today's topics. Again, I know it's a lot of information. Please feel free to stop by our office after if you have any questions. So kind of the first three things are going to be ways to pay for college, your action steps, and our financial aid takeaways. So starting with that first one of ways to pay for college. So these are kind of the top three ways. Of course, there are other ways, but these are going to be the majority opportunities that you see. The first one is going to be grants and scholarships, which is also kind of known as that free money. It does not need to be paid back, and it's usually based on your financial aid need, as well as kind of some other factors that you usually will find out when you fill out your WASFA and your FAFSA. The second option is loans, which is borrowed money. Please understand with loans, they are more so seen as an investment, but do understand you will have to pay them back at one point in time. Typically, it's about 6 months after you graduate or stopped attending the university. And for our last one, it's going to be our earned money. So this can be like work-study jobs, saving plans, or things that you've kind of prepared prior to your attendance here at Eastern. And our three action steps in order to get there is you, number one, want to complete your FAFSA and WASFA. From the looks of it, it looks like a lot of you have already done that, so that's wonderful. The second one is you want to submit any missing requirements. So be sure that you kind of get familiar with your student account so that you're able to identify those requirements. And the last one, which is kind of that final run, is you'll have to accept your award offer, which typically that does include offers of state grants, federal grants, as well as making a decision on your loans. And action step number one, as mentioned, you definitely want to be sure to fill out your FAFSA or your WASFA, which is the Washington Application for State Financial Aid. Your second action step, as mentioned, is submitting those student requirements. Now, these screenshots may look pretty familiar to you. They are all located on your student account. So as soon as you log into the Inside EWU, it's going to be on your top right-hand side. And in that second box, you can kind of see that those bottom requirements are indicated in yellow, just to let you know that there is some kind of action that's required. And action step number 3 is that accepting your offer. You'll kind of notice once you get to that page at the top, it will ask you a couple different questions about kind of the decisions on how you want to spend your financial aid. Do understand it will always apply to your tuition and fees prior, and then we'll address these questions based on how you answer. And that third and final step is just going to give you a little bit more information of your aid breakdown, so you understand how it looks not only for the year, but as well as by quarter. And these are kind of reiterating those same steps, because once you get to the bottom, you will have to make a decision on your loan offer. It won't be automatically declined. You yourself will have to take action to do so. And then that last and final step is pressing the actual submit button. This just shows that you do acknowledge kind of those terms and conditions and what it means to accept financial aid. Once again, kind of reiterating on those loans portions, if you do make the decision to accept a loan, do understand that you will have to complete what's called an entrance counseling and a master promissory note. Each of these are requirements for that loan and can typically be completed within about an hour for both of them. And so we'll kind of get into the takeaways, because I know it was a lot of information spilled at you. Please feel free to stop by our office if you need any clarification. As many of you noticed, inside your folder, you will have your own breakdown of kind of that financial plan. The nice thing about it is it does show you the cost to expect, as well as kind of some of those budgeting factors. You'll notice that there are items that aren't automatically billed, but you might still occur. So some of those might be like maybe your personal expenses. So just depending on kind of what your decisions are and the type of lifestyle that you live, that might be a little bit different. One thing my mom always taught me is there's a difference between your wants and your needs. So that one's gonna be a huge one to remember when you're kind of dicing through those different budgets. And our second takeaway is to understand kind of the tidbits of your financial aid. College charges are assessed each term and not all at once, so your aid is given to you each term. So meaning you'll have a fall disbursement, a winter disbursement, as well as a spring disbursement, and sometimes even a summer disbursement if you choose to attend. And if your aid is more than your charges, you will receive what's called a refund. And this is for you to pay for costs that don't always appear on your bill, such as maybe book costs, as well as other living expenses. And lastly, if your aid doesn't cover your term charges, then there are other ways to pay, such as a campus job, where you maybe work 12 hours a week and you receive a regular paycheck typically every 2 weeks. And then you can also choose to borrow a loan. As always, we encourage students to borrow wisely, because it will be something that you have to pay back with the addition of interest. And lastly is our payment plan. We highly encourage students to all work with the Office of Student Financial Services, which is also located in Sutton Hall, on how you plan to pay the remainder of your bill. And here is just kind of a little bit information on where you can find our office. Today we will be open all day, but as well as 3 to 5, we kind of have our open walk-ins. So if you do have any questions for you and your family, please feel free to stop by and we can assist you along the way. And then we also have a little bit of contact information here at the bottom right-hand corner, along with our Instagram and our email and phone number hours. And yeah, I know, again, it was a lot of information, so please feel free to stop by our office as you have questions along the way. And then I believe I'll go ahead and pass it on over to our lovely Student Financial Services office. Thank you so much for your time, everybody.
Everyone, I'm Lori Holtenegel. I'm the Director of Student Financial Services and also an Eagle alum. So yes, very, very happy to be here today. Oh, sorry. There we go. There we go. Better. Thank you. All right, so now you've received your financial aid. Now what? So financial aid refunds are processed on the first day of each term. And the fastest and safest way to receive your refund is by signing up for direct deposit. I cannot encourage that enough. We all know that mail is not as reliable maybe as it once was, and so we encourage you to sign up for direct deposit. Fastest way to receive your refund, and definitely the safest way to receive your refund. And if you don't have direct deposit, a check will be mailed to your residence hall or current mailing address on the first day of the term. And EW billing is paperless. So again, we can't encourage enough to just really familiarize yourself with your EagleNet account. Invoices are uploaded to your EagleNet account generally on the Thursday prior to the start of the term. So we encourage you, again, to log in often because invoices are really a snapshot of your account at that point in time. Your balance may change as new payments come in or schedules changes occur. So be sure to check your account regularly. This is just really important so that you understand where you're at on your account balance. And EWU accepts the following forms of payment. We accept for online, again through EagleNet. We encourage electronic check is really a great way to go because there's no additional fees associated with that process. If you utilize a credit or debit card, just know that they do charge the 2.95% convenience fee, so that is something to keep in mind. And then again, we welcome you. We're on the second floor of Sutton Hall. We welcome you to come if you want to pay in cash or a check. Please feel free to stop by anytime, 9 to 4, we're open. And payment due dates. So tuition and fees are due in full on the first day of each term, and they are considered late if not paid in full before the 7th day of the term. So fall term starts September 20th, so you can pay anytime up through the 6th day of the term, and then after that we do have to assess a late fee. Winter term starts January 8th, and spring term is April 1st. And then, like was mentioned, we offer payment plans. This is a great way to spread your payment over 3 installments instead of just having to come up with it on the first day of the term. So, and again, eligibility is very simple. Just as long as you have your balance is paid in full, you can sign up by the 6th day of the term, and that payment plan is really easy to sign up for, and we have some information that we can provide at the luncheon at noon at the tabling event. We would encourage you to stop by, and we have some really great pamphlets that really outline how to process a payment plan. And payment plans, again, are set up through EagleNet by the student or your authorized user. And we have some additional information we can offer as well about authorized users. And what happens, this is our timeline. So September 14th, this is available fall aid. Like was mentioned, it will pay all the EWU charges first, and then any excess would be refunded to the student. And tuition and fees are available in EagleNet, and then the first day, like was mentioned, first day to enroll in a fall payment plan is September 14th. And September 20th is the first day of fall term, and that's when the refunds are released by financial aid. And then again, any excess would be refunded on the first day of the term. And September 27th, last day to pay EW charges or to set up a fall payment plan, and then this late fee would be assessed on the 28th. So just being aware of those dates. And again, we encourage you to please call us, talk to us if you have any concerns. We're happy to work with you individually to discuss your accounts. And like was mentioned, we just really encourage you to stop by or to call and to visit with us. We have a lot of information on our website, but we also really enjoy just meeting with the students one-on-one to talk about where your balances are and any ways that we can possibly help you if your aid wasn't quite enough to cover what you needed. So, and we also have additional information on payment plans and setting up the authorized user in EagleNet. Really simple process, really handy if you want to have, a mom, dad, somebody in your family be able to have access to go in and pay on your account. We can certainly help you set that up. And then also a lot of you, I'm sure, have some 529 plans, some Washington Get program plans. We can offer you information on how those payments work that come into EWU. And then we also have third-party billing. Some of you may be utilizing Amazon third-party billing options. Some of those, there's a lot of third parties that are employers that are offering some incentives. So third-party billing, we also have a lot of information on how those programs work. So we're happy to talk about that with you as well. So again, we just encourage you to stop by this afternoon. I know we have an open house. Again, please feel free to stop by. All of our team will be there to talk with you individually. It's a great opportunity while everyone's here. Family, I think, and everyone understanding. My daughter also graduated from Eastern, so I understand how valuable it is for the parents to understand what's going on. So, all right, thank you so much.